other people, places, things might be trying to come at you and throw their self destruction towards your way and shit. So try to basically be balanced and basically be very practical and have a daily routine of basically getting through this energies for these couple of days because the moon gonna be in Virgo for a couple of days. So make sure you're being consistent and for me and being stable and being practical and shit. For me, and you're gonna plant good seeds with that. If you got eighth house in that, you're gonna basically feel the need to have inner inner transformation. Feel me? Utilize that shit and basically be stable and consistent. If you got that in Scorpio, feel me? You're gonna feel the need to basically detach from any unwanted energies and shit, and basically put different transformation into anything that's dealing with self criticism and doubt and guilt. Feel me? You wanna get rid of all that shit. When you got ninth house, when you got Virgo in ninth house, dreams, goals, and grounding, and finding your purpose and strength on your day-to-day routine and passion is very important. You really don't really look towards finding the details and perfection for me, because you know Virgo falls in the ninth house, ninth house, so it's kind of gonna be very difficult. But being consistent and basically being stable and practical is fucking key. Of course, if you got a moon in Sagittarius, you're gonna be receiving this kind of influence from other people, places, and things that's gonna be reflecting this on you, or you might just hear this conversation, or you might just pick up on these vibes and just want to act on these natures. Of course, if you got a Virgo in Sagittarius, thirds for knowledge and wisdom and expression and growth is basically what you're gonna be feeling the need to basically do and push this out and express this. If you got a Virgo in the 10th house, this is basically dealing with rest, healing, and healthy daily routines and patterns. So make sure you meditate and be stable and shit. You want to be coming up with, you don't want to be planting bad seeds at this time and shit. You want to be planting good seeds. So make sure you get a lot of rest. Make sure you get your mind right and shit before you basically start coming up with ambitions and goals that you want to start pushing and shit. Because you might push yourself into procrastination mode, overthink these things that might come. You might start doubting yourself. You don't want to do that shit. Also, if you got moon in Capricorn, you're going to be receiving this kind of energy and influences and self-criticism from other people, places, and things, and other people, places, things that's fucked up and out of control right now with this new moon and shit. So be aware these motherfuckers are going to be picking up their vibes. Of course, if you got Virgo in 10th house, this dealing with anxiety issues, daily routine and patterns. So make sure you get rest, make sure you be practical, and if you planting good seeds, you're going to the load ain't going to be too heavy. You're going to be consistent, you're going to be practical, and you're going to be stable, and be very fucking disciplined. You ain't gonna be coming up with no guilt and no worries and shit. You're gonna be face forward and passionate. Also, when you got when you got Virgo and Aquarius, this basically exercising, being practical, and basically being in good natures and stimulating your mind and not having stress matters on your side and shit. Cause I mean, this can be very crazy and shit too. So you want to make sure you're planting good seeds. You want to make sure you basically being practical and playing a humanitarian role and shit. And of course, you got a moon in Aquarius. You're gonna be receiving these energies from people, places, and things and shit. Being all over the place, having stress, throwing this shit towards you. And of course, you're gonna be sticking your head out there. They're trying to help these motherfuckers. And all these motherfuckers might be sticking their head out there to try to help you type shit. So of course, when you got a Virgo and Aquarius, that's basically dealing with being a humanitarian a person you is, and basically being caring. But don't be too open and shit for me, because it's a new moon and shit. For me, you don't want to put yourself in that circumstance situation. For me, just one day at a time. For me, one person at a time. Don't be out here helping other people, places, things. They might feel the need to basically curse you out or just lash out at you type shit. So be very careful and aware of this shit. And last but not least, for my motherfucking Pisces, we got if you got Virgo in the 12th house, you're gonna be coming across with shady people, places, and things, and also you're gonna feel the need to basically put yourself in a strong humanitarian level, but you need faith for me, and you don't need to be slacking off. You don't need to be basically being procrastinating. If you got a moon in Pisces, you're gonna be receiving this kind of shadiness from other people, places, and things that's coming at you, and coming up with pursuits and shit, and they're gonna be having self-criticism towards you and shit, because you might be lashing out, or you might not be getting along with this new kind of new moon energies and shit. So it's to play out in his favor. And of course, when you got Virgo and Pisces, you're going to be searching for your calling. And this is going to be on a day-to-day routine pattern and shit. You're going to try to have self-discipline, daily routine with this for me. So don't give up. Don't be lazy. It's a new moon. So you want to make sure you're planting good seeds and make sure you're putting yourself in the frequency, vibration, energy of being consistent and being practical and analyzing the details and getting rid of any negative frequency vibrations and illusions and fantasies that don't fit your best interest. And that's basically the energies of these couple of days. And then before you know that, we're going to basically have the moon in Libra, which is balance. So be aware of that shit. Feel me? Balance is key in this motherfucker.